Alive and alert on the north side of the dirt. It is your man D Real coming at you with another Be Real with D Real, where edutainment is what I do. Let's talk about Monica Rambeau Photon. That is my reading issue. I picked up the main cover issue, to bag and board, protect for posterity, that sort of thing. Because when I buy comics, I buy a reading copy and I buy a collecting copy. And I'm of the mind that Monica Rambeau's run will be more than just temporary, because her star is rising, and she's in the MCU. And usually when people are in the MCU, good things happen for them. Kinda. I don't know. Anyway, let me say, this comic book is written by Eve Ewing. Bruh, Eve Ewing has great writing. Eve, I like your writing. You're doing great work. It does not sound, when you read the comic and in your head, it does not sound like cheesy comic book dialogue. A lot of it sounds like conversation between people. If you have a mama and a daddy that be all up in your business, Frank and Maria Rambeau. If you have a cousin that always wants to tell you about their relationships and how they're dealing with the relationships, and you're just like, Caleb. There are even scenes where people run up on Monica Rambeau in the street and they're like, hey, you're Captain Marvel. Yeah, there's actually an old lady that ran up on her and was like, look, honey, it's Captain Marvel. And it's like, no, actually, I'm Photon now. But oh, honey, you will always be Captain Marvel to us. Old lady talking like that, you know some old ladies who talk like that take you to your house, take you to their house and feed you and just talk your face off, all that kind of thing. And also, there are cameos by Doctor Strange, Wong, and Spider-Man. So all in all, it's a pretty good read, but the stuff with Spider-Man and Doctor Strange doesn't overshadow Monica Rambeau in this comic book. And I know there's reference made to Avengers number 293. And I know my man Chillmonger had mentioned something about that to me. And if you ain't one hundo on what's going on in Avengers 293 and how it affects Monica, well, let me show you, man. Okay, so here is Avengers number 293. In Avengers number 293, Prince Namor, who is a member of the Avengers, has had his girlfriend turn into, well, wife, I believe, had her turn into a Leviathan. You know what I'm saying? And she's just wrecking the shop, and she's a whole problem. And they need to do what they need to do to stop her. So as they're out searching, they've got this little harpoon that's supposed to react on her DNA, courtesy of Dr. Pym, but they've got to find her so they can shoot her with it. And I thought this panel here was pretty impressive. Everybody was talking about the best way to search for the Leviathan, and there goes Monica Rambeau saying, I shall cover the world's oceans in a few minutes. In a few minutes. Don't be sleeping on the speed of Monica Rambeau. She's got to be one of the fastest, if not the fastest character in the Marvel Universe. Light speed. I know Silver Surfer and a couple others can attain light speed, but impressive feat to attain light speed within the Earth's atmosphere. Now, Black Knight fires one of those darts, and it hits. But like you say, her belly armor is no less formidable. So that second shot, right down the throat. And Thrashes screams and starts shrinking and turns back into Marina. Wow. Nice. But then the situation that we're all dreading or whatever happens, that or that's made reference to in Monica Rambeau Photon, is this right here. Even though it worked, and Namor is trying to get his honey to safety, she wakes up, everything's lovely, all kissy kissy. But then she starts freaking out again. Uh-oh. And so the fix wasn't a fix after all. She's still wilding out. Remind me sometime in a future video to explain to you about Marina and the fact that she's an alien creature called a Plodex, and they're kind of like sent to Earth and take the shape of human beings and then conquer or whatever planet they're. I'll tell you about it later. They go into the water. He's trying to control the situation, but he can't. And she turns back into a Leviathan again. A big ass Leviathan. Again. Now, Thor and Captain Marvel at the time are going to combine their attacks. That's a cool picture. And so she don't believe Thor is Thor, but she's like, well, if he can summon lightning, then I can turn into lightning. And they, of course, hit Marina. Bam, boom. Captain Marvel ends up disappearing after this situation. And then we don't find out what happened to her until issue number 294. That's the next issue, by the way. And so here we are in issue 294. They had to kill Marina using the ebony blade. And as everybody knows, the ebony blade has a blood curse on it. And long story short, this blood curse is stiffening Dane Whitman. And so he has to wear this exoskeleton so he can move around. And so into the room they go. Suddenly, look who arrives. It's Monica, and she looks depleted. Still alive, still got energy in her, but something has happened. And so Thor takes her to the hospital. Meanwhile, there's a lot of scheming going on Dr. Druid's end, and that's the part in Monica Rambeau Photon that she's talking about the treachery. Nebula has mesmerized Dr. Druid, and Dr. Druid in turn is betraying the Avengers because he wants to be with her, and he also wants to be the leader, and he feels like he deserves this, that, and the third. But anyway, those two black folks walking with the Avengers, yep, that is Frank and Maria Rambeau. And they coming in to see their daughter. Wow. You know what? In Monica Rambeau Photon, her parents look a lot different. As a matter of fact, Maria Rambeau has black hair with gray highlights, not silver hair. And Frank Rambeau has a full head of hair, not monkey butt. So, yeah, lots of changes between the 80s and the 2000s. But this is the accident that kind of messed with Monica Rambeau's powers and made her to be able to project energy blasts rather than turn into energy for a short period of time. But as we can see, she did gain the ability back to change into energy on the electromagnetic spectrum. So that's what's going on with Maria and my Frank Rambeau, as well as their daughter, Monica. And like I said, this is a very relatable, readable book, man. The story is opening up, so I don't know what it's going to be, but it's a very readable, relatable book. I liked it. I enjoyed it. Shouts out to my man, Chillmonger, for representing Black representation. Representing Black representation. You representing representation. I like that. Okay, that rolls off the tongue rather easily. But yeah, I hope that this doesn't just, be like those temporary comics that are only like 4 or 5 issues and then they just fade away and you never see or hear anything about the character. I hope the changes and the ideas and the concepts that occur in Monica Rambeau Photon impact Monica Rambeau, hopefully to draw more attention to her, whether that's in a teen book or a solo book of her own, a monthly solo book of her own. And that's what we're pushing for. So I recommend going out and buying that Monica Rambeau Photon. It is all that in a bag of chips and very readable, very relatable. That's all I got. If y'all got comments, drop those suckers. I will be coming at y'all with another one of them other ones. And until I do, y'all be good. Big good each other.